Hello everyone, Son of a Brick Productions back here with another video. Today we're talking about some sets that I regret not getting again. This video is mostly over Rogue One sets as I was not able to get the full wave and I kind of regret it because all of the sets were really good. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting out, we have 75154, the Tai Striker. This was 543 pieces, and if I remember correctly, I believe it retailed for $70, so for a TIE fighter, not a bad price. Four minifigures aren't too bad at all. The actual design itself is awesome. I really liked them in the movie. They did play a little role, not too big of a role, but a role big enough to garner a set, obviously. And yeah, I think the model itself looks really cool. I love TIE fighters and I love different variants of TIE fighters, so this one definitely would have been cool to get. The figures also are really neat. I think splitting it down the middle for two and two, I think the two kind of weaker figures are the TIE Pilot and the Rebel Trooper, which are still cool. Good figures to get. They look awesome. But I think those other two figures are the cooler ones of the set. The ground crew member, that helmet is really cool looking. And the Sand Trooper, I think, would probably be the coolest figure of the entire set. This is a Sand Trooper captain, I believe. You can see because he has that different arm color, and also the print on his chest plate is different than other Sand Troopers, which we get in another set on this video. Overall, for $70, I think it was an amazing set. Of course, I don't have it in hand, but from this picture, it looks very sizable. Looks like it was definitely worth $70, and it's one that I do kind of regret not picking up when it first came out. Up next, we have Krennic's Imperial Shuttle. This ship was set number 75156, retailed for $90, I believe, and came with 6 minifigures. Besides that box art being really, really neat with that Death Star in the background, the ship itself was actually very, very well built. The play features on it were pretty cool. You can open up the entirety of the ship to get your minifigures in, all 3 of them, the 2 Death Troopers and Krennic being able to fit inside. The wings can fold up too, just like in the movie, and unlike Kylo Ren's shuttle, the first one that came out in 2017, this one is actually correct in how it lands. It looks very cool. You can even drop down the door in the front there like you see, but I think the minifigures are what really make this set awesome. Starting out, we have those 2 Death Troopers that look awesome. The torso prints are very well detailed and look exactly like they do out of the movie. It's also nice to get actual shoulder capes for them instead of just having prints on it like LEGO would probably do today. I think when I saw this set first come out, I really only wanted it just for those 2 Death Troopers because at the time this was the only time to get them and they were that cool. And they still are that cool. You don't see them that often. After that, we have K2SO, who was actually my favorite character in the entire film of Rogue One, and it would have been really cool to have been able to get him in this set, as I do not have one at all. Like I said, he's my favorite character. He looks really cool here. He looks just like he does in the movie, and it was pretty cool to be able to get him in a set such like this. Obviously, you get Krennic, which although kind of a bland figure, he still does look pretty cool. It's cool to get a cape for him. The prints look pretty well. Everything looks cool on him. And overall, it was just a nice figure to get. Obviously, the ship is named after him. It is his ship, so we would have definitely got him. Pow is also a pretty cool figure to get. I really like his secondary face print where he's screaming. You don't really see that too often on many figures, especially in LEGO Star Wars. But it's kind of a cool rebel figure to get that you won't ever see again. And then, of course, you have Bodhi Rook, who's pretty cool to get in this set too, because if you wanted to finish the entire Rogue One crew, which I'm pretty close, I have every character actually except Bodhi and K2, so this set would have been perfect in finishing that group, but that's kind of why he was put in here, I feel, so then you can spread out the different characters throughout multiple different sets. So it makes sense, and is definitely one that I regret not getting at its $90 price tag because now I'm sure it is much, much more expensive. And here's that other set I was talking about before that came with those other Sand Troopers. This is the Battle of Scarif, set number 75171. I believe it released for $60 when it first came out, so kind of a hefty price, but it's not terrible, especially for today's LEGO. it came with a pretty nice set of doors, bunker doors, and a little platform on a beach setup, which does not look too bad, to be honest. For what they had and what they did, it does not look bad at all. Some key takeaways of this set are that printed Death Star plan piece, which is very, very neat to get. You won't see that anywhere else, and that's probably the only set it will ever come in. It also comes with one of those orange crates like on the hover tank, which is pretty cool to get. I really like the designs of those and how they look. They look very Star Warsy. And I think the beach design of the set itself and even the bunker doors, they look pretty good for what they are. For what they did and for what the price was on the set, they look pretty good. The figures are pretty cool, with two of them being sand troopers, which of course is the main reason why people would probably be getting the set. At least for me, that's what it would be. It also comes with Jyn Erso and one of the Imperial ground crew uniforms, which is cool because I like those figures. So it's cool to get another one of them in a different set. And then you also have the Cassian Andor, which is a good looking figure, but definitely not one of the main reasons why you'd be getting this set. I think for this set, I have a pretty good excuse, as $60 I thought was maybe a little too much for a set that was kind of small. Maybe like 50 or 40 would have been amazing. But looking back at it, 60 definitely wasn't that bad, as LEGO could have overpriced it way more. So it's one that I unfortunately never got. So I'm without any Sand Troopers. So sad. This next set is one that came out a little after the movie released, so it was kind of a weird and random set that LEGO just decided to put out. I don't even remember when. I think it was in the summer of maybe 2018, 2019. No, 2020. This was in 2020. I don't know the set number, but I do know that it was over $100. I believe it was like 110. I want to say, or it might even have been like 120 or 130. I don't remember exactly, but the figures in this set are okay. I think mostly the figure that I'd want to get is that blue kind of hover tank pilot, except it was just, I think, called like a pilot, just a normal pilot, like an Imperial pilot, Imperial 501st pilot. I'm not sure. But the other figures are kind of bland, to be honest. I feel like they could have definitely put in some cooler figures. The Mini TIE Advance is cool, though, and you could kind of fit that in the bottom of the back of the castle. But to be honest, I think this set I mostly wanted just for the castle. I regret it mostly because that castle looks so cool, and it was just kind of like a very random set that LEGO just decided to put out that I don't think we'll ever see again. Again, like the last set, I think that price I just could not do. A little too expensive for what you got, and the figures definitely were not helping with that. But the castle would have looked really neat on a shelf, that's for sure. A very, very cool display piece. And finally, we have a set that I actually did get. So, it's not really a set I regret not getting, but more of a set I regret not getting more of. This is the Imperial Trooper Battle Pack. One of, if not... No, that's not. It's one of the best. It's definitely not the best battle pack. I'm not going to say that, but it is one of the best battle packs. Definitely a top 5. That walker was a really weird build, so we could just scrap that for parts. You know, everyone can use some extra parts here and there. Gray is good to get, I guess. So not for the build, but for the figures. First off, those two normal Imperial Stormtroopers are the best design I think LEGO ever had for the Stormtrooper, because the helmet was not like the ones they have now where they're way too bulky and they look like the Family Guy Stormtroopers. These Stormtroopers were the best design LEGO ever had, and you were able to get 2 of them in this set. But I think we all know the real reason why this battle pack is one of the best. And of course, it is for those 2 Death Troopers. Now, the only downside is that the chest plate printing is different than the ones in Krennic's Imperial Shuttle, and you don't get an actual shoulder cape. But to be honest, that's okay. If you have the 2 special ones from Krennic's Shuttle, that just makes it even better. But these figures still look awesome, and they still are Death Troopers, and they still were cool to get in a set. I only got 1, but at least now I have 2 Death Troopers I didn't have to spend $90 on Krennic's Shuttle to get. Looking back, I wish I would have gotten so many more of these, because this probably was the best set to build up your Imperial army, and one that I skipped out on besides getting one set. because instead I just got the Rebels Stormtroopers. I got 2 of those troop carrier sets, and I don't like the Rebel Stormtroopers as much. So I really wish I just would have gotten a bunch more of these, so I could have gotten a bunch of Stormtroopers and a bunch of Death Troopers. Stud shooters also kind of suck, but you can just swap those over with normal Lego guns if you have them anyway, so that's not that big of a deal. So this is just a set I regret not getting more of, and to be honest, not getting a lot more of. But yeah, these are some more sets that I regret not getting, or at least not getting more of, and like I said, they're all Rogue One based. I think the Rogue One sets, the wave itself, was one of LEGO Star Wars' best, like I said, and I skipped out on some of them that I kind of wish I didn't. But you live, you learn. Oh well. Maybe sometime in the future I'll be able to see one for kind of cheap that I'll be able to pick up. Who knows? But until then, I thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe. Let me know any sets you regret not getting in the comments below if you have any. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.